everyone. This is me, Ma'am I, and today we'll be talking about the nature of learning. This topic is under EDUC 70, facilitating learner-centered teaching. So I hope everyone is ready to listen and to watch our video. So without further ado, let's start. And so for our first topic, we'll be discussing about the nature and types of learning. So, ano nga ba ang learning? Ano ba yung ibang types ng learning? How will we define learning? And so, let's for a definition of learning, it is the acquisition of habits, knowledge, and attitudes. So, practically saying, it is just the acquisition of knowledge. Kung dun tayo sa definition, no? Learning is the acquisition of knowledge daw yan. So, yun. Pero totoo naman, di ba? When we were exposed to new things, new information, new new people, we tend to learn from them. We tend to gain new information, new additional information. We our horizons were widened, no? Lumalawak yung alam natin, yung isip natin and all. Ayan, and this helps us adjust to new situations. So, syempre, um, since we are learning something new, automatically our body or we adjust to what we are learning at the moment, no? And also, it gives progressive changes in the behavior of the learner. It enables the learner to satisfy their interest and attain their goal. This is according to Crow and Crow. Yan. So, syempre, kapag meron tayong bagong natututunan or meron tayong something to be curious about, when we tend to learn from that something, our interest, our goal, everything ay nasasatisfy tayo. Yan. Next. We have the nature of learning. First is nature or learning is universal. Lahat ng taong nabubuhay sa mundo, tao, hayop, ay natututo. 'Di ba? Ang tao nga ay ang hayop, ang aso nga, kapag ka tinuruan mo mag-sit as time goes by, with the help of the treats ay natututo siyang mag-sit. Yan. So, pero syempre, kahit nasabihin natin na living creation ang hayop, man or ang tao, ay talagang subject to learn or they are made to learn, ganon. Yan. Next is learning is through experience. So masasabi natin, 'di ba sabi nga as the famous quotation goes or as the famous line goes, experience is the best teacher. So syempre as we get to experience different things, we learn from it. No? Sa pagkakaroon natin ng direct or indirect encounter with people, with different scenarios, with different animals, different culture, religion, and all, we learn something. Learning is from all sides. So, hindi lang matanda ang natututo sa bata. Ang matanda ay natututo din sa bata. Ay, mali. Hindi lang bata, excuse me, ang natututo sa matanda, no? Ang bata ay ang matanda ay natututo rin sa bata. If you would just come to think of it like um ang bata kung ano marinig niya basta na-expose siya sa isang lugar na may kunwari bad words and all, matututunan niya yon. Ang matanda naman, natututo siya sa bata through realization. Like for example, nakita mo na ang isang bata ay masyadong nag-enjoy no, sa paglalaro. Doon mo maiisip na um, ang ang learning ay or doon mo makikita or ma-realize na you should really value the time you have kung ikaw ay bata pa or the time of your youth. Parang ganon. You learn from kids. Like, minsan kasi may sinasabi yung mga bata na aminin man natin or hindi, helpful sa matatanda, magbibigay ng realization sa mga matatanda. Next is learning is continuous. Habang buhay ka, natututo ka. Matitigil lang ang pagkatuto ng isang tao kapag siya ay namatay na, no? 'Di ba ang bata, ang sanggol, kahit naman sanggol, 'di ba? Kahit bagong panganak 'yan, ang tendency is the parents will teach them, say mama, say papa. Then doon niya ma-realize. Ay, as time goes by, matututo siya na i-pronounce yan kasi palagi niyang naririnig. Also, on their own, paano sila natuto? Nalalaman nila or natututo silang dumede pagka na-meet na nila yung mother nila, 'di ba? Yan. So, learning is continuous. Hindi siya matatapos hanggat buhay ka. And as new day start or as new day passes, andyan ang learning. Hindi naman po nagkakatulad ang nangyayari sa buhay natin na kunwari nangyari ng Monday tulad ng nangyari ng Tuesday. Palaging merong bago sa kung anong nangyayari. Yan. Learning is a result of change in behavior. So, syempre, paano mo makikita na nagbago or natuto, 'di ba? Syempre, there is change. Bumait, naging masipag, tumahimik, 'di ba? Ang bata kapagka tinuruan mo or kapag napagalitan mo dahil napagalitan mo siya, hindi na siya mag-iingay. Ang batang nakikipag-usap sa kaklase habang nagkaklase kapag sinabi mo, okay, doon ka lumipat ka sa likod. Dahil ayaw na niyang maupo ulit doon sa likod at gusto niyang katabi ka, ang gagawin niya is magbabait na siya. So, there is learning. Next, learning is an adjustment. So as we learn, we tend to be exposed to new environment, new people, new scenarios, new experiences. Then, anong kasunod nun? Siyempre, mag-a-adjust ka dun sa bagong situation na kinahaharap mo. Hindi learning ang mag-a-adjust sa'yo, ikaw yung mag-a-adjust dun sa learning. Bakit? Dahil natuto ka. From your old ways to your new ways, from the negative act that you did since you've learned from it, natuto ka. Like for example, napasok ka, ay nagbukas ka ng kaldero, di mo alam mainit yung kaldero. Ang nangyari, the next time na magbubukas ka ng kaldero, without prior notice, kahit di mo alam kung mainit siya or malamig, kukuha ka na ng pot holder. Bakit? Kasi sanay ka na, kasi ayaw mo nang mapasok ulit. So, yun, ganun. Learning comes about as a result of practice. So it is the basis of drill and practice. It has been proven that students learn best and retain information longer when they have meaningful practice and repetition. So ito yung ulit-ulit kong sinasabi. Ang students, pagbata, 'di ba? Nagsisimula 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kapag addition, hindi niya mamamaster ang addition ng hindi siya paulit-ulit. Kaya tayo merong window card nung elementary na paulit-ulit nating sinasagutan is para ma-practice tayo. Dahil practice makes perfect. And through that practice, mamamaster natin ang isang bagay. Okay? So, kasi hindi natin mamamaster ang multiplication kung hindi natin na-master ang addition. Or hindi natin matututunan ang division kung hindi natin mastered ang subtraction. Okay po? So, when we learn, we tend to practice or before we learn something, kailangan na practice natin siya, nagawa natin ng paulit-ulit. Alam mo yun, hindi lang once, hindi lang twice. So, there is a form of practice para makita talaga yung learning doon sa learner. Yan. Next, learning is a relatively permanent change. So, after a rat wake up from his nap, he still remembers the path to the food. So, kahit nasabihin natin na matagal ka nang hindi nagbabike, kapag nakakita ka ng bike, nag-try ka ulit sumakay, no? And marunong ka naman before, it will take just minutes bago mo siya ma-drive ulit ng kagaya ng dati. Hindi po kasi nawawala ang learning sa atin. It is very permanent since it is change or it changed us. It is permanent sa mga learner sa atin, no? Yan. So, di ba, hindi naman nawawala yung pagkatuto mo sa addition tsaka subtraction. Parang ganon. Next, learning as growth and development. My usual question with this is ganito. Kapag ba tumangkad ako, tumaba ako, learning ba yon? that is definitely not learning, but that is growth and development. Paano yung learning as growth and development? As a person age, as a person grow, as a person develop, saan na ang may learning, okay? So, syempre, meron tayong stage na yung learning natin is different na. Like, we want something better for our future. We want to achieve something. We dream of something. Okay? So, sabi nga ni Woodworth, all activity can be called learning as so far as it develops the individual. So, kapag ka ikaw sa sarili mo ay nagde-develop from a silent one to a person who shares things, no, you are learning, no? You have already come out of your shell. You are already ready to you are ready to explore things. You are ready to learn new information. Ay pag sinabi nating learning as growth and development, um as you age, you tend to be different from what you are before. Like kung nung bata ka, masyado kang hindi nakikipagkaibigan, 'di ba? Ang usual na bata. Ayoko kitang pahiramin ng laruan ko, akin lang 'to. Pagtanda mo, you tend to learn to share things kasi it's either napagalitan ka, nakita mo yung benefit of sharing, you want to give, you want to experience receiving as well. Parang ganon, no? Learning as growth and development. We learn as we age, we learn as we develop, we learn as we grow. Learning is not directly observable. Hindi nakikita ng mata, no? Hindi directly nakikita ng mata ang learning. Like, tumaba ako, learning ba yun? No. No? How? It is seen on the behavior. Try to observe the behavior of the person. If that person changed, then there is learning. No? We could see it based on their performance, the result of their performance from someone na hindi masyado nag-aaral to someone na nakakakuha ng perfect score kasi nag-aaral na siya. Ganun. Next, the importance of learning. By learning, we change ourselves emotionally, psychologically, and behaviorally to adapt healthy lifestyle and practices. So yun nga, dahil ang change ang learning ay product of change. So hindi lang tayo nag-change physically. Pag physically, that's growth and development. I mean growth, no? Kapag ka emotionally, psychologically, behaviorally, that is learning. So the one importance of learning is that it brought change or it brings change to a person. In that way, nakaka-adapt siya sa mga bagong situations, new ways, new experiences na kinakaharap at kakaharapin niya. Develop knowledge-based, improve oneself, and grow as a person. So, syempre, as you are exposed to different experiences, different people, you tend to develop. You tend to find your true self. You tend to really know what you really want, no? And you tend to grow. Na alam mo na kapag ginawa ko to, ganito yung product dahil marami ka nang na-experience. No? Um, kapag ka umuwi ako ng gabi na ganito yung product, so hindi ako uuwi ng gabi na. Kapag ka nang away ako ng katabi sa bata, kapag inaway ko yung kaklase ko, nagsumbong sa kay teacher, patay ako kay mami, hindi na ako mga away. Parang ganon. You tend to improve yourself and try to be the best person you can be. Learning new gets us access to new and different opportunities. So, syempre, as we learn something, we tend to be open for more opportunities, for more experiences, for more for more people, for more culture and all. Kasi hindi mo na lang kinulong yung sarili mo sa isang lugar. You tend to expand everything. You tend to come out of the box. You tend to think outside of the box, tend to come out of your shell. Yeah. Learning new and appropriate skill or by developing one that links to the work and rejuvenate working life. So, syempre, di lang naman as a person yung help niya, no? Also, kapag ka kapag ka may ginagawa tayo, trabaho, school, and whatsoever, there is a new learning na ay kaya ko pala to. Dati hindi ako magaling sa math, pero dahil nag-aral ako, tinry ko, gumaling ako sa math. In that way, makakatulong to kapag nagtatrabaho na ako, kapag nag-aaral na ako. Yan. New skill will influence the way we do things day to day and make doing things quicker and easier, saving time, energy, and stress. So, dahil may natutunan tayong isang bagay, mas napapadali yung buhay natin. Like for example, from 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 'di ba ang bata kapag ka usually no, kapag ka bata pang nag-aaral ng addition, nagdo-drawing siya ng lines. Now, dahil na-master na niya yung addition or medyo umaangat na yung level niya sa addition, kaya na niya na daliri yung gamit niya. Kahit numbers more than 20, 30, 40, 50 pa yan. Kaya na niya ng daliri niya. No? Another is kaya na niyang mag-mental math. With that, naging quicker and easier yung ginagawa niya. Next. Learning across our lives is essential for staying up to date in an ever-changing world. So dahil ang mundo natin ay tawag dito, hindi permanent. Tayo ay nakatira sa mundo na change is the only permanent thing. Okay? So, dahil tayo ay able or we have this ability to learn, we tend to um, or as time goes by, we tend to learn something that is new. We tend to learn something we tend to be open for something na hindi natin alam, maging curious tayo sa mga bagay na gusto nating i-discover. With that, we were up to date or we tend to be updated sa mga nangyayari, latest trend, for example, latest social media app na madalas na ginagamit, ganon. Next. Learning new things is very important for our self-esteem. So, pagka nakaka, um, natututo tayo ng mga bagong bagay-bagay, mas nade-develop kasi natin yung sarili natin. Mas nagkakaroon tayo ng self-confidence, mas feeling natin, mas magaling ako, mas okay ako ngayon, mas ano ako ngayon, mas matalino ako ngayon, parang ganon. Then, trying anything different ensures we meet new people, make new friends, and really enhance our social or work life. So, kasi kapag nag-try tayo ng something different, syempre, nakakakilala tayo ng ibang tao, na-expose tayo sa ibang bagay, na-expose tayo sa ibang experiences. With that, na-expand mo yung circle mo. Nagkakaroon ka ng friends na di-discover mo pa kung sino ka talaga. Next, 10 principles of learning. Dito tayo sa may kabila. Ayan. This is according to Horn and Pine in 1990 and Corpus and Salandanan in 2007. Learning is an experience which occurs inside the learner and is activated by the learner. So, ganito. Kapag ka ang isang learner ayaw matuto sa sarili niya, hindi talaga siya matututo. Kahit anong turo pa ni teacher, kahit mag one-on-one sila ni teacher, magturuan sila umaga, gabi, maghapon, hindi siya matututo. Bakit? There is no motivation, there is no interest to learn. That is one of the most important thing in learning. Na alam mo at gusto mo, interesado kang matuto. Sabi nga 'di ba, mahirap magturo sa taong hindi naman willing matuto. No, kaya nga 'di ba sabi kapag papasok ka sa isang klase, you should empty your cup. Bakit? Kasi you will be filled with learning. Now, if you will not empty your cup, edi may laman 'yan. Pag nagdagdag, edi matatapon. So paano na yung natapon? Parang sayang, 'di ba? So, one should always let you should always, kaya nga 'di ba meron tayong motivational activity para ma-invite mo ang student na matuto. Next is it is the discovery of the personal meaning and relevance of idea. So, syempre, hindi lang naman tayo natututo with the help of our teacher. Hindi lang naman natin nasosolve ang isang problem na laging kasama si teacher. Natututo tayo din on our own. So, syempre, with that, we should always address some problems, some needs, uh, to the learners through the real-life experiences na, syempre, common sa kanila, hindi sa atin. We should always think of our students, hindi po tayo. Like, for example, ang gagamitin mo na example ay yung nung panahon pa ng ganito, kunwari 1990, hindi na sila makaka-relate. Bakit? Kasi nasa 2020 na tayo, nasa 2022 na tayo. Ano na ba yung latest? Ano na ba yung mas naiintindihan nila? Kasi ang student, kung hindi naman nila alam ang isang bagay, hindi sila ganun ka-interesado. Kung hindi, lalo na ngayon, sa generation ngayon, kung hindi naman sila makaka-relate doon, hindi mo makukuha yung full attention nila. Next, it is the consequence of experience. So, syempre, experiential learning as much as possible. So, syempre, you should let your students discover something. Let them experience something. 'Di ba nung mga elementary kayo, nagtanim kayo ng munggo. Kahit munggo lang 'yon, natuto kayong magtanim. So, paano ka dapat magtanim ng munggo? 'Di ba? That is experiential learning. Natuto kang magtanim kahit munggo lang 'yung tinanim mo. Okay? Next, learning is a cooperative and collaborative process. So, syempre, hindi yan matututo on their own nga. Hindi palaging on their own, hindi palaging with the help of the teacher. Meron dyan na matututo with the help of other people. Kasi we really learn uh, when we interact with other people, 'di ba? So, yun. As we let them cooperate and collaborate and, for example, give them group activities, we can let them share their ideas, develop teamwork, syempre, know kung sino ba talaga sa kanila yung may leadership, sa kaloob-looban nila, ganun, yan. Next, it is an evolutionary process. So, it does not happen in a click. It requires time and diligence. And syempre, as teachers, you should be patient. Hindi pwedeng pag tinuro mo ang isang bagay once, ang expect mo is, gets na nila yon. Hindi. You should always remember as future teachers na kapag ka may tinuro kang isang bagay, you need to let them practice. You need to give them drills para ma-master nila yun. Hindi nakukuha or hindi natututunan ng isang bagay ng isang click lang na pag tinuro ko, 1 plus 1 to yun ha, 5 plus 5, anong sagot? Alam na agad nila. No, it's not that. No. There is a process from simple to complex things, no? Like, hindi mo pwedeng ituro mo na ang multiplication bago mo ituro ang addition. Never ever. No? You tend to you teach addition muna yung isang number muna, tapos tens, tas hundreds, thousands, di ba? Hindi naman tinuro ang addition na, okay, 1 plus 1. Ang kasunod ng 1 plus 1, 100 plus 200. Hindi ganon. Ang turo is ones muna, adding by ones, adding by tens, adding by hundreds, adding by thousands. Yun, nagsisimula tayo palagi from simple to complex. So, ang kailangan as teachers ay maging patient, as in super duper patient with everything that we are teaching or letting our students to know. Patience, sabi nga nila, is a virtue. Kasi as you be patient or habang ikaw ay nagiging patient, ang student, mas nagiging eager na matuto. Kasi, ibig sabihin, tinutulungan mo sila. Somehow they can feel that someone is helping them learn something that is hard for them to learn. Ayan. Learning is sometimes a painful process. This means learning requires sacrifice, hard work, study time, and let the learners realize this one. So syempre, hindi naman lahat ng natututo ay masaya, no? 'Di ba nga, kaya nga may mga batang nadadapa. Ang bata, pag nadapa, iiyak, papagpag, okay, laro na ako ulit. So, nasaktan siya. Pero, natuto siya. Ang gagawin niya na, hindi na siya tatakbo na mabilis para hindi na siya madapa. Diba? So, we should always bear in mind or let the students bear in mind na ang pagkakatuto hindi siya easy lang na bagay or ang learning, no? Kailangan sometimes na kailangan ng effort, kailangan ng time, kailangan ng hard work, no? Like for example, multiplication. Ayoko na teacher, ayoko na, hindi ko naman maintindihan. What are you going to do? You should give words, no, na kaya siyang i-encourage. And let them know that learning is not as fast as 1, 2, 3 or as easy as 1, 2, 3. Yeah. One of the richest resources for learning is the learner him or herself. Huwag tayong masyadong sa atin, no? Kaya nga 'di ba outcomes-based learning. Everything is about the learner, not about us. Huwag nating ibibigay yung sarili nating experience. Ibigay natin yung experience ng learner. Put yourself in the shoe of your students. You can let them share something. Oh, how will you share your ganito? How, oh, kunwari, ang topic nyo is adjectives. Anong pwede yun? E di, okay, what is your favorite place? Can you describe it? Or let them share. Let them express themselves. Let them share their story. With that, natututo siya. No? Wag mo i-block yung learning by not letting your students talk and recite. Let them learn. Encourage them to learn inside the class through sharing. The process of learning is emotional as well as intellectual. Learners can't learn that much if they have something that is bothering their minds. Kahit kayo din naman, di ba? Kahit nga teacher, eh. Hindi yan makakapagturo ng maayos, hindi yan makakilos ng maayos kung merong bumabother sa kanya. No? Hindi natin masabi kung ito ba ay sa school or hindi. Pero syempre, as teachers, we should be sensitive. Students, or ito nakalagay, we can teach learner with empty stomachs. Bakit? Kasi ang mga students na gutom, hindi masyado natututo. Kasi nasa ng focus mo? Nasa gutom mo. Wala dun sa tinuturo ng teacher mo. 'Di ba? For example, isang student malungkot, asan yung focus niya? Dun sa bagay na nagpapalungkot sa kanya, hindi dun sa tinuturo mo. So, you need to be sensitive. Don't throw jokes na masyadong offensive and all. Try to relate to the student's experience nang hindi ka nang hindi mo na nahihit yung something or yung intellectual nila. Like, hindi mo na-hurt pala. Yeah. The process of problem solving and learning are highly unique and individual. So, syempre, lahat tayo ay merong learning style. My learning style is different from you. If I learn through audiovisual material at ikaw ay kinesthetic, accept it. Now, as teachers, ano ang gagawin natin? Siyempre, we should always provide activities and things or learner or classroom environment na open for different types of learner. Hindi pwedeng puro ka pa singing, mag-roleplay ka, mag-dance ka, mag-poem recital ka, ano pa, mag-choir ka, magpasayaw ka, ganun. 'Di ba ang role-playing nga dinidivide kunwari sa 5 groups. Ang isang group magpo-poem, yung isang group magro-roleplay, isang group kakanta, yung isang group mag-newscasting, isang group sasayaw. Bakit? Kasi meron ngang students na may iba't ibang learning style and intelligence. And that is one thing that teachers should bear in mind. So, doon naman tayo sa types of learning. Ano ang motor learning? First, most of our activities in our day-to-day life is motor learning. Individual has to learn them in order to maintain his regular life. Ito yung actions like walking, running, skating, driving, climbing. Lahat ng involve ang muscular coordination. Next, the verbal learning involves the language. When you speak, when you communicate, when you show signs, show pictures, show symbols, anything na ginagamit natin for communication. Next, concept learning naman, this requires your higher order mental process. Kunwari, pag-iisip, reasoning, intelligence. Kunwari, um, when we see a dog and attach the term dog, we learn that the word dog refers to a particular animal. For example, ito yung mga different concepts na natututunan natin kapag kabata tayo. For example, nung bata tayo, lahat na makita natin na apat na gulong car, kahit bus yan, car yan. Yun yung una, 'di ba? Car yan, car. So, pag nakakita ka ngayon ng apat na gulong, that's a car. Then as time goes by, you can learn the difference of a car from a truck, a car from a bus. Ganon. That is concept learning. Next, discrimination learning. This is your ability to um to differentiate different things. Like for example, ano ang sound ng ambulance, ano ang sound ng horn ng car, ng bus, sound ng phone pag may nagte-text, kapag may tumatawag. That's discrimination learning. You tend to differentiate different materials, no? Learning principles. Individuals learn certain principles related to science, mathematics, grammar, etc. in order to manage their work effectively. So, itong mga principles na to, may relationship siya. Kunwari, English at science at math, grammar, English, languages, linguistics, stylistics, ganon. Problem solving, higher order learning process. So, ito yung nire-require sa atin ngayon sa outcomes-based. Hayaan mo na ang estudyante or ang thinking nila, ang reasoning nila, ang imagination nila ang gumana. With this, they can overcome problems they encounter. For example, hala, hindi tumubo yung munggo ko kasi tuyo yung lupa. Didiligan ko siya. 'Di ba? The problem is tuyo yung lupa. So, ang gagawin niya, didiligan niya. With that, tag dito, natuto siya. Na-realize niya na mali pala na dapat pala diniligan ko. Ganun. Attitude learning determines and direct your behavior. We develop different attitudes from childhood about the people, objects, and everything we know. Our behavior may be positive or negative depending on our attitude. So this is something that shows our behavior. This is our attitude. This is within us already. This is what we get from our exposure to different people, to the people na kasama natin sa bahay, sa mga bagay na alam natin. So, since alam natin na masama gumawa ng ganito, I'll not behave like this. Something like that. And ayun, this ends our discussion about the nature and the types of learning. Ayan. So, I hope you have learned something from this discussion. Don't forget to share or write a comment on the post kung saan ko po ito ipopost, some insights or something that you've learned from this topic. That's all. Thank you so much. Keep safe and God bless.